How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be breaking down all of the 2016 Oscar nominations, my predictions on what I thought they were going to be, some any snubs or some prizes. I'm basically going to break them down, give my thoughts on who's going to be the winner and who I want to win. So I'm going to go through every category that I have a valid opinion of. I'm not going to go through foreign film because I haven't seen any of them, so it would just be me wild guessing. Yeah, I'm basically going to go through, going to start with the smaller awards and move up to some of the bigger awards as I get into the video. So let's start off with something actually a decent sized one. Best Animated Movie, and the nominees are Anomalisa, The Boy in the World, Inside Out, Shaun the Sheep Movie, and When Marnie Was There. Now, I am a little surprised because I thought the Peanuts movie might have been nominated. I honestly haven't seen some of the movies. I haven't seen three of them, which are Shaun the Sheep, which I've heard actually has decent reviews. When Marnie Was There, I haven't seen, but I've heard good things. I haven't really heard of The Boy in the World, so I can't really give a whole opinion on those. From the ones I did see, though, I say Inside Out has got this one. I think it's pretty much a lock with an outside shot for Anomalisa. So I would choose Inside Out if I was voting. And also, I think Inside Out is going to be the winner. But if Anomalisa does end up getting the win, I'll be a little surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked. Now on to the nominees for Best Visual Effects. The nominees are Ex Machina, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, and Star Wars The Force Awakens. So this one actually, I'm safe to say, I mean, you're going to have to take my word for it. I called all five of these ones. That's what I predicted. I wasn't sure if Ex Machina was going to get it. I honestly wasn't, but I'm very happy it did. The visual effects were seamless in that one. There wasn't a whole lot of like big explosions or anything like that, but they were seamless special effects that worked and helped tell the story. So that's why I'm happy it was nominated. I'm rooting for it. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be the winner. It'd be my fan favorite one if you were to call it one. That's what I would root for. But honestly, I think it's going to be between Mad Max and Star Wars. I want Star Wars to win. That'd be my vote. But I think Mad Max is going to get the victory again because kind of from my argument for Ex Machina, which they were seamless. They seemed very realistic, everything. So that would be my picks. The nominees for Best Score are Bridge of Spies, Carol, The Hateful Eight, Sicario, and Star Wars The Force Awakens. So this one actually I got a couple predictions wrong. I thought that Mad Max would get a score. I thought the score in Mad Max was great. It's memorable. I actually remember the score. So I thought like the Academy would acknowledge that, but obviously not. I also picked Steve Jobs in there. I thought he would get a nomination. And also Inside Out. Those were the ones I picked in there that didn't make it. And I didn't have on there Bridge of Spies, Carol, or Sicario. I can see Sicario making it. Actually, when I think about Sicario's score, it's very haunting. So I appreciate that. As for who I think will win, it's tough. It's either Hateful Eight or Star Wars. I'd go Hateful Eight on both. I think Hateful Eight's going to win. I think it should win just over Star Wars. This one had a couple memorable ones, but it's not John Williams' best. So that's why. So here comes one of my favorite categories. It's kind of a lesser known one or less appreciated one, but as an aspiring editor, I take it with great prestige. So the nominees are The Big Short, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, Spotlight, and Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is actually, it's tougher than I thought. I think Spotlight has a very good shot at it. I think Spotlight's going to win. My vote would be for Mad Max. Mad Max, it was so much action in it, but you didn't get confused one bit. You saw where everything was. It's very controlled, and I think the editing played a big part in that. Starting in some of the bigger ones now, we got Best Cinematographer, and the nominees are Carol, The Hateful Eight, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, and Sicario. This one is, in my opinion, a lock. It's got to go to The Revenant. Natural light used throughout the entire movie. The cinematography is one of the best. Mind you, Sicario's got a shot. I gotta say Sicario has a shot, but I gotta go with The Revenant, like hands down. I mean, Mad Max also has a shot, but Revenant. I think it will win. I think it should win. So the nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay are The Big Short, Brooklyn, Carol, The Martian, and Room. So I pretty much got all the nominees correct except for I didn't put Carol on there and I had Steve Jobs there. Very shocked that Steve Jobs was not there. It was my pick to win, for sure. So that changes a lot. Now I'm cheering for Room. I want Room to win everything it's nominated for just because it's one of my favorite movies of the year. Probably even, after thinking about it now, I'd probably go back and change that. Star Wars would be number 2 and Room would be number 1 of the year. I loved Room. But these are all worthy winners, so it's really up in the air. I could see The Martian getting the win. I could see Brooklyn getting the win. It's It's up in the air. I would vote for Room myself, but I think The Big Short is actually going to win because they took a lot of the confusing stuff and tried to make it less confusing. I still was confused, but I think just judging from other people, I think The Big Short might get that win. The nominees for Best Original Screenplay are Bridge of Spies, Ex Machina, Inside Out, Spotlight, and Straight Outta Compton. One big surprise here was No Hateful Eight and Straight Outta Compton being put on there. I'm happy for Straight Outta Compton, but I thought that The Hateful Eight, again, that movie doesn't work without the script, and that it had the same argument I had for Steve Jobs, I guess, but it was just surprising that I didn't think that one was going to win, though. I think this one is Spotlight's hands down. Spotlight, I'm in the minority. We'll get to directing. I don't think it'll win directing, but I think it'll win screenplay. I think the screenplay is amazing. It has so many facts in it, and this was what The Big Short didn't do for me. It brought all these facts, and it made you understand them all. I mean, it's not as confusing with the banking terms and all that, but I understood everything that was going on in Spotlight. And yeah, so Spotlight, I think, will win. It would be my vote as well. On a side note, though, happy to see Ex Machina get some recognition for the screenplay. Very excited for that. If Ex Machina win, that'd be my fan favorite vote for that one. The nominees for Best Supporting Actress are Jennifer Jason Leigh for The Hateful Eight, Rooney Mara for Carol, Rachel McAdams for Spotlight, Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl, and Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs. This one is... I flip a coin to see who's going to win this one because I have no idea. I would vote for Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl. I think Kate Winslet is going to win it. Again, that might change next week. Might change tomorrow, might change in a couple hours. I'm not too sure who's going to win. That would be my vote as of right now, though. Also was surprised that Rachel McAdams got the nomination. I thought Helen Mirren might get it for Trumbo, but also happy for Rachel McAdams, fellow Canadian, so always cheering for those Canadians to get nominated. The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are Christian Bale, The Big Short, Tom Hardy, The Revenant, Mark Ruffalo, Spotlight, Mark Rylance, Bridge of Spies, and Sylvester Stallone for Creed. Now, I had two others on my list. I had Jacob Tremblay, who I think deserves to be on this list. Jacob Tremblay, I mean, he'd arguably be the lead, but they were pushing for supporting, and I think he deserves to be on there over Christian Bale for sure. And also Idris Elba, I thought he would be on there as well. I didn't know if Tom Hardy was going to get the nomination or not, but it turns out he did. Those are the ones I had off, Christian Bale and Tom Hardy. But with the people here, it's, again, this is a coin toss. The supporting ones are, like last year, it was a lock for J.K. Simmons. But this one, I do not know. My vote, man, this is tough because Jacob Tremblay was my pick. Best performance by a kid for sure, for Room. My vote has got to be Sylvester Stallone for Creed, playing Rocky again, 40 years after he played it the first time. But I think Mark Rylance might win it. But again, if any of the other ones do win, it won't shock me, except Christian Bale. Christian Bale was good. I just don't think he was great. So for these next two ones, lead actress and actor, I pretty much predicted these ones. These ones were pretty set in stone, I think, these five. Maybe not for the actress one, but I called this one. The actor one was, I think everyone could have predicted it. But anyways, Best Actress nominees are Cate Blanchett for Carol, Brie Larson for Room, Jennifer Lawrence for Joy, Charlotte Rampling for 45 Years, and Saoirse Ronan for Brooklyn. This one, 100% is Brie Larson for Room. No ifs, ands, or buts. You cannot change my opinion of this. This is who I'm voting for. This is who should win, who will win, who's my favorite. So Brie Larson gets the win on this one. It's a shot for Cate Blanchett to get it. They were all really good. A lot of people were like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence, I don't know if she did. I just saw Joy actually last night, and I thought she was great in it, so I would give her the nomination. I watched 45 Years. Again, I'm not a huge fan of that movie just because it's not my style. She was Charlotte Rampling that was great in it. But yeah, and Saoirse Ronan was also amazing. Next up is Best Actor, and the nominees are Bryan Cranston for Trumbo, Matt Damon, The Martian, Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant, Michael Fassbender for Steve Jobs, and Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl. I'm rooting for you, Leo. That'd be my pick, and that's who I think is going to win. But again, he's got competition in Steve Jobs with Michael Fassbender. I don't think Bryan Cranston's he's not going to win this one, even though it's one of my favorites. Eddie Redmayne has he's going to be my third place vote, but I think it's DiCaprio's turn to win the Oscar finally. Next up is Best Director, and the nominees are Linny Abrahamson, Room, Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu for The Revenant, Tom McCarthy, Spotlight, Adam McKay, The Big Short, and George Miller, Mad Max Fury Road. This one, again, same with cinematography. I thought the direction of The Revenant was great. A lot of people are picking Tom McCarthy, but I think it's Inarritu's, he's going to get back-to-back ones. I really do believe that even though Revenant was not my favorite movie by any means, I thought the direction and cinematography in this movie is what made it enjoyable, along with DiCaprio's performance. Without the direction of Inarritu's, I don't think I would love it, like it even as much as I did. Very, though, happy to see Lenny Abramson for Room. Again, told you many times in this video, Room is my favorite movie of the year. I'm happy for him, surprised by it. I didn't see Ridley Scott's not on the list, which is surprising, but if he wins, I'll be very, very happy. I mean, he had to make shooting in a room seem so big. Like, it seems there's so much space in that room, but it's not that big. And he kind of made it seem a lot bigger than it was. And last but not least, the nominees for Best Picture, and they are The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight. The biggest shock here is there's no Carol, and Carol it's one of the best reviewed films of the year, and it's not being nominated for Best Picture, even though it's got nominated for everything else. And you think everything put together makes a great film, so if it's nominated for everything else, why is it not in here? And it's just weird. It's just weird that it's not nominated. My pick, though, I want Room. My vote would be for Room. I think it's Spotlight, though. It's going to get the win. That could change, who knows, but yeah, I think Spotlight is the best made film overall, with the cast, the direction, the writing. I think overall it is the best movie of the year, or at least that's what everyone else think, but for me, Room is Room. So that's it. Let me know your guys' thoughts on all of these predictions, who you think will win, who you don't think will win, who got snubbed, what's your biggest surprise. There was no Lego Movie snub, I think, this year, so that's good to know. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos each and every week. TV stuff is coming back again next week, so a lot more reviews coming up for those. And yeah, I'm gonna give my reactions to probably the Oscars when I think it's the end of February, then when the award show is. So be on the lookout for that. That is it, and I will talk to you all later.